So sentiment in Bitcoin is definitely pretty low right now. I was wearing this hat over the weekend, the Bitcoin hat, and definitely started a few conversations, and people's perception of Bitcoin is just really interesting. I find people will give you like a pity sentiment. They'll be like, "Oh, how's that going for you, bud?" And, I try to give the Bitcoin elevator pitch, like, Bitcoin, the goal isn't to make money, the goal is to be money. But that never sparks, any type of interest or anything, right? All they know about Bitcoin is, what they've heard on the news or whatever about it. So when you say Bitcoin is money, they just think, oh, well, it's obviously not doing very well as money if it's, it's going down in value so much. And I think at the end of the day, for better or for worse, Bitcoin's biggest marketing tool is its price. And I think that is like simultaneously good and bad for Bitcoiners. It's bad, obviously, in the sense that it takes people away from the fundamentals and, people chase Bitcoin, just for its price, or they ignore Bitcoin because of its price. But it's also a test of conviction, right? Bitcoin is an ego test at the end of the day. Bitcoin will humble you time and time again, and right, no one will be able to say that we got lucky, right? It is not easy to hold Bitcoin and keep your conviction. You have to have a very strong foundation of knowledge and conviction to do so. So it can definitely be tough to, stand strong in these times. And it's going to be annoying, when the price does start going positive, to deal with people coming to you only because they see the price go up or say you got lucky or something like that. But it is incredibly rewarding at the end to stick with something because you believe it is right, it is true. And I believe at this point, it's obvious Bitcoiners aren't in it for the price, right? We're in it for the revolution. We're in it for fixing the money. And it's almost too simple of a solution, right, to all of these economic problems that we face day to day, right? It's much easier or more comfortable for people to blame specific people or a specific group of people to why these economic issues are occurring, right? Rather than examining the underlying structures and the monetary system. Right? It's always much more comfortable to blame someone else rather than to try to understand the problem and the potential solution. So even for me making these videos, right, it's lately been a struggle for me to show up every day, for sure. It doesn't really feel like I'm moving the needle on, orange pilling new people. And there's definitely people out there, right, that are in the right place, that are, pre-Bitcoiners, who will get there very soon. But there's a large subset of the population that no matter how many times you try to explain it to them, they're just not going to get it. And that's what I'm just trying to come to terms with. It is just really interesting. Like, we just live in just a crazy time to be alive. And it's definitely interesting. And it's definitely not easy, but I don't think I would want to be alive during any other time. So this time is just the best time to keep building conviction and focus on your own Bitcoin stack. As much as we want to, shake everyone awake and try to explain Bitcoin, try to explain the problems with our monetary system and how Bitcoin is the solution, right? At some point, there's a point of diminishing returns, and it's best to just focus on yourself. So yeah, just an interesting time to be a Bitcoiner for sure. So yeah, thanks for the support on the channel. We only have a couple more videos for the 100-day upload challenge. And yeah, I'm excited to be done with that and just see what's next. Thank you so much for watching. As always, together, let's work, save, and build a better future with Bitcoin. See you in the next video.